Morning, just come out. It's a grand morning this morning. Everywhere's just waking up. I like mornings, it's always the best part of the day. So today, it took some getting going again this morning. There's something in my head where I just hate the process of getting my cement mixer out. I don't know why, because it's no problem at all. But every day I have to psych myself up when I do it. So I need to get this 3-course of brickwork on the back today, and then that'll enable me to get all my cavity barriers in, felt and lack the back of the roof, set that out, and then get all the tiles on up the gable and my ridges on, and then I'll infill the roof. So before long it should look nice and roofed in. I'd also like a thank you. Another start of a video with a thank you. Absolutely blown away with all the subscribers and all the comments. And I've had some comments also criticising the wrong word, not agreeing with some of the stuff which they've maybe seen me do, or they've got their way of doing it. And I really appreciate them comments as well, because they've been put over in a sensible way, rather than some people. You see some people's videos and people make comments and they come across as a bit dickheads, I think. But the comments what I've had have all been sensible and adult and everything, and I really appreciate them. And it's a bit of a good learning curve for other people watching, because for lots of ways there's multiple ways to do things, isn't there? I find it really upsetting for some other YouTubers when you see them and you can see that they've set the stall out, they're working nice and cleanly, they've got a good rhythm going with whatever they're doing, you can see they know this stuff, and yet people in the comments absolutely belittle them, and I feel so sorry for them. There's people out there with some really nice skills, and they don't deserve some of the comments. I'd just like to thank everybody who subscribed. Thank you for all the lovely comments, because it really has caught me by surprise, and I have appreciated every single one of them. Some of them I've sat there and just go, wow, can't believe it. But thank you very much for spending the time to watch and everything. Right, let's go and have a look. One of the things I'm a big believer in is, when you're working, is to make the effort to work clean and tidy. I think people don't tidy up because they're not interested, they don't want to, or they think somebody else will do it. And I think cleanliness gives you better morale, it gives you safety, it gives you quality, you can get on better because you're not clambering and walking over everything. So I'll just show you where I've mixed, and this is about as dirty as it gets. So this is the spot where I've mixed for the full project. There. I did have some bags of sand here at one point, but my mixer has always stayed there. No need to work untidily. You know, you put stuff and you stack stuff. That's from my roof, that's all going. But you make the effort to stack, tidy and everything. You see people, they just pick stuff up and throw it, and once you start throwing stuff, it ends up like a bloody stack of straws. you need to make the effort to be stacking and keeping clean and tidy. One of the comments in my videos was about me not securing the ladder, quite rightly so. So I've clipped it there. I appreciated that comment. Right, I'm going to get a mix in and then I'm going to put this 3-course on the back. When you're working on your own, you've got to think different to if you've got a labourer or somebody to give you a hand. So I've built all this project using that shrug there, and it's been fantastic. I cut myself some mortarboards, but with mortarboards you put your mortar on, you don't use it, or you've got to transfer it onto the next board and it's going hard because you haven't used it all by the time you get back to it, because you've used another board and all such as that, and you're knocking up and one thing or another. That has been fantastic, because all I do, I use that little yellow one there on my shoulder to carry it up, tip it in there, then all I do, I just keep picking it up and moving it down, and it's been fantastic, and it's saved me so much work. So it's maybe any of you people working on your own, something just to think about. Right, I'm going to get my lines on and get these 3-course of bricks going. So I've just been running them in there. I've got a little tingle there. We should make them out of bits of tin. You cut your piece of tin so the top of it is like a castle, so you'd have 3 little prongs, and then you'd lay it flat on your brick, and then you'd put your line over, under, over, and then that would be a tingle with a brick sat on top, and it used to keep it really secure. But I have some of these Marshalltown things what I bought. It's got a little indent there for your line, look. I could have used a piece of paper or something like that, but I bought them. A lot of my tools. I've still got a lot of my tools. And over the years, some of my tools I've like given away or got rid of, because I'm building this now, and it must be 25 years since I've laid bricks. I don't do this anymore. I'm only doing it for here because it's mine, otherwise I wouldn't have been doing it. So I'm just pleased I've still got what I've got. It's like riding a bike, innit? I think I can still do it, but all the speed's gone, and I'm not interested in going fast. I'm interested in coming out, doing what I want, enjoying it with no pressure and no hassle, and that's what I've done with all this, and I've enjoyed it. I'm running my bricks along and my line snapped, so I've got a little knot in it. So what I'll do, I will leave that brick out, and then I will wall that in as my last brick, so that if I was to wall that now, that knot would push my line out, so all my remaining bricks over time would start kicking out. So it's easier just to leave it out and then wall it in as my last brick. Tip of the day. I'm just going to set a tingle in the middle of my line, and this is what I like to do to keep me half bond. See, some people do it with the eye. Some people put the thumb in the middle of the brick and then sit that over the pert. I like to get half a brick, just sit it over the edge of my joint, and then just a lower joint, and wall my brick, but it keeps me half bond. A lot of years ago, I was a site manager building a courthouse at Beverley Magistrates Court, and we kicked off the bricklaying company and I took over the bricklaying package. And what we did, every 5th brick we put a little pencil line with a square, so every 5th brick we had a mark where to make sure the perp lined up with the cross joint. I'll tell you something, if anybody's going through Beverley, have a look at Beverley Magistrates Court in the centre of town. The quality of the brickwork looks first class. It took us, obviously it takes a little bit of time because you're just using a square to mark all your joints, but what a difference. All the stonework, everything, it looks brilliant in my own opinion. Let's put a tingle in. Got my half brick there to keep me bond. I'll sit that brick on. I'll just let it sit a bit above the line, just to allow for the sag in the line. There's my little tingle with my little slot for my string line to sit in. Put that on there like that. And there we are, good to go. And that just takes any sag out your line. You can always nail down at the end and sight it through, or if you've got a laser, you know, every few courses just stick your laser on relative to your corner just to make sure you're going somewhat like. But if you just keep it a couple of mil or a mil above the line, you shouldn't be far wrong at all if your corners are right. Maybe people saying, stop buggering about with your mortar. Don't matter, does it? Steady away, nice and happy. Look, he goes back to his mortar tub when he could use that mortar for buttering the cross joint. You're right, I could. Look, he's got too many movements. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Look, his travel's too big. Look, his travel's too small. And does it matter? Tell you a comment I saw the other day somewhere, what made me laugh, it was on somebody's video. He's not a proper bricklayer because he's tapped the brick. And I thought, really? I'd like to find a bricklayer who's never ever tapped a brick. And if you tap a brick, so what? Having a few. So what's today, I think? Yeah, some of the bricklayers who tap the bricks, you look at the work, all the cross joints are full, all the bed joints are full, cavities are clean, insulation's in, all tie wires are in, but they don't mention that. Oh, he tapped a brick! Got hands like cow's tits. Last few bricks on the job now, look. Just them. Oh, no more bloody mixer getting out. This is the last brick on the job. No, it wasn't, because it cut terrible. This is the last brick on the job. Da 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 da. Well, I don't feel any different than I did 20 seconds ago. So that was last brick. I've just got to point all up, cover up, clean out my cavity trays, just get snots off insulation, and then just sort out you know, clips there. I'll get a stick down, sort the clips out, insulation to go in. There's about 100mm of insulation, then my cavity barrier. I'm pleased about that, and then felting and latting, which I don't think I'll do any today. I've got to cover all up and everything and sweep all scaffolding down, etc. So yeah, right, best crack on. I always, at the end of every day, sweep down, sweep my scaffolding, stack everything, don't throw it. And if you go through all my videos, it's very, very rare you ever see rubbish, because I hate working dirty, and I just don't understand why people won't work clean. It's raining as well now. It takes minutes, but it makes the world a difference. How long did that take me? No time at all. And look, you're clean. Don't matter if you've walled 10 bricks or 1,000. Clean up. This is one of my corner blocks. You all know what they are. Going, put your line on. I'll show you how we used to make corner blocks in the olden days with a tie wire. Used to work better with the ones with the little drip on, but we'd bend it like that, bend it like that, bend it like that. You'd put your line through it and that would sit there like that. That's how we'd make our corner blocks in the olden days. Bit of stick just to clean my cavities and my cavity trays off. Every time I use my Hessian, I always roll it up again, so that next time I want it, it's dead easy to unroll it and use it. When I was planning on doing this, I obviously quite a few things to think about, and one of the things is going for a wee, because I don't like muck and dust from the outside going in my house. So every time I go in, if my work trousers on, it's like boots off, trousers off outside, give them a shout, I go to the toilet, come back, put it all on again. That's just my way, it's just how I'm made. So I thought, right, need a wee. Then you go in the garden, and over a period of time, you wee in the same places, aren't you? And it all starts smelling a wee and one thing or another. So I thought, right, so what I did was this. Ta-da! I put myself a urinal in at the top of the garden. And I can connect it with my hose to my tap here just to flush water away, but I just use that watering can, and then I put a drain in, and the drain goes through there, comes down under here, goes right down the side of the path, under the path, down the side of the house to a drain. And then, because I had a drain there, gutters from that greenhouse go into them tubs, and then when the tubs are full, the water goes down that pipe there, down here, and helps to flush the pipe with the urinal in. And I'll tell you something, one of the best things I've ever done. When it's cold and that lot, you don't realise how many times you wee, and it just saves, let me just shut my gate, it just saves taking all your muck off and going in the house, and if you've any other workmen or whatever. And where it is, nobody can see. It's behind there. Job's a good one. One of the things which I'm really conscious of is getting the building all dried out. I mean, look, that's not good at all. So once I get this felted and latted and my doors and windows in, I need to start getting it dried out. I've got a couple of dehumidifiers. I've got one which is my own, and I've got a work one. And until I need it at work, I think I'll just put it in here just to make a difference. Thank you, Graham. That's what I was on about in my last video. That's what goes on top of the gables. My cement sits on that underneath my tiles. Oh, like that there, look. So I've got it to go down that side as well. I just need to do something with these Veluxes as well, because when I get felting and latting, I'm going to lat over them, but there's always the risk of you falling through. So I've got my scaffold there. I can rig something under this one. I've got some more frames down there. I'm going to rig something under that one as well, just so that if I do tumble through, because I'm an hefty lad, at least I'll just land on me scaffolding. I'm thinking of spraying them, the lats, as well over the Veluxes, just as a visual thing for when I'm working on the roof, for me to think, oh, hang on, there's an hole under here. But the only spray paint what I've got is yellow, and my bloody lats are yellow, look. So I'm going to go on the scrounge tomorrow to my mate over the road, just see if he's got a bit of red or blue I can borrow. It'll just help me visually, and then I'll show you something else which I'm thinking about, and all advice gratefully received. Right, so this has really hacked me off, and I'm trying to come up with a way where I feel it's acceptable for me. So that's the clock, that's a window, that's a door, and that's for the gas cabinet. And that's what is the problem for me, because I think with the door, the clock and the window, it sort of works and doesn't look too bad for the gable. It doesn't look too messy as such, even though there's quite a bit going on. The gas meter cabinet in the regs has to be within 2 meters of that corner. So I got them out, and I wanted to put it there, and they won't let me. So I got a bit of a dispensation, if you like, and it had to go where it's shown, which is there. But it's not central to the clock, which is how I think it would look better. And I said to them, look, I'll pay the extra money to put it there for the underground pipe and everything else. And they said no, won't let me do it. So I was dictated to that, it's got to go there. So my thoughts are this: chop out that brickwork at the side and move it over so that the middle of the cabinet is like underneath the middle of the clock, and hope I get away with it. but in the documents I've had accepted from the gas board, it gives me a measurement, which is what I've done it to. My other option is this. That's my door level there, and then the path is going to be raised. There's, I don't know if you can see me damp course, which is somewhere there. So there's going to be a path there, and I can bring that path as far over here as what I want, really. So my thoughts was make something to go over that, and I thought 2 timber posts with a bit of trellis on and some really high quality ivy, fake ivy, but a really good one, so that it looked like a panel of ivy in front of it, which I could then lift off, you know what I mean, and the gas cabinet would be behind it. Or I thought about a high quality fake bush in a pot, but cut the back of the bush off so that it's only half a bush, and have that in front of the cabinet. Or the other option, which I've been looking at, and I haven't found a company in the UK as yet, only America, but I do know there will be ones in the UK. But the one in America, you take a photo of your brickwork or your wall, you send it to them, and they print you out a sticker which you put on your gas cabinet, but you do see the white surround of the cabinet, and you do see the gas pipe going up. Now some of the stickers looked really good. They're about 70-80 quid a piece. Some of them look really good and others not so good. So I'm conscious of spending 70-80 quid on a sticker while I still see the pipes underneath. Sort of a few options which I'm playing with, and I'd rather hide it all if I can. It's just doing something which makes it look smart, and I keep coming back to the artificial, what is the word, fake, artificial ivy. So if anybody's done anything in the past successfully, if you put it in the comments, I'd love to know, or if you've got any links to anything, I'd really appreciate that. Right, well, it's 2:45. Wash my mixer out, put everything all away. I could get my jigsaw out and cut my insulation and everything. I just don't want to. Not at this time. I'm not going to get everything out, make a mess and blah 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 blah. And because I don't have to, I'm not going to do. I'm going to go in, change my boots, have a shower and have a cup of tea. Oh, and I went to look at some land yesterday, and I called in at a local butcher's and I bought myself some beef in black bean sauce, which they make. It's not cheap, but it's lovely, so I'm going to rustle that up with my tea with some rice or chips and rice.